Okay, guys, I just want to go over what we talked about in class. If you haven't already, go to your preferences menu. It's under Window on PC. Make sure that you have extensions, sandbox tools are checked. And we're going to make a contour. So you want to go to Draw, Sandbox, From Scratch. If it's not already in here, type in 10 feet and then hit Return. You can choose any amount that you want, but 10 feet by 10 feet is pretty good. If you're doing really huge landscapes, you might want to do something like 50 feet. And just make sure you're zoomed out far enough that you can actually get a grid. So you click once, drag out, click again, and then pull the other direction. So it's 3 clicks. 1, 2, and then at the end here. And you can see I'm pretty far zoomed out. To alter this, select it, go to Edit, Group 1 and Model. You can either edit group or explode. I'll explode it for right now, and then select off of it. You'll next want to go to Tools, Sandbox, Smooth. If you want the radius of this to change, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I want to just type in 65 feet, hit Return, and it made that circle bigger. And now I can start to pull up different contours. If you're satisfied, I like to make a top view for my selection. Come up to Camera, Standard Views, Top. The black arrow, then click and drag around. Make a component. What this does is make this thing so it won't stick to other objects. And the reason we do that is SketchUp uses sticky geometry. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to use the Follow Me tool. If I pull out a circle here, I go to the center of that circle, pull a line on the blue axis, pull another line down to the midpoint, and then one more across. You can see that if I have all of these on the same plane, it fills in. If you do something like that and it doesn't fill in, that means that one of your lines is on a different plane. And then I'm going to grab the selection tool, select that edge, and then grab the Follow Me tool, which is just under the Push-Pull tool, and select that edge, and now I've made a cone. You can see this is particularly handy when you're trying to do some complicated curved surfaces. If I want to draw something on the face, I want to make sure that it says on face. For instance, when I make this arc here. Select this whole edge. If it doesn't let you select the whole edge, you may have to select them individually. You just have to use the Shift and add each face. Click the Follow Me, and it follows the circle. In some cases like this, it's going to offset and it's going to cause gaps. And it says perpendicular to edge. You have a nice organic molded surface. And I can fill in the sides by simply adding a line if necessary. Remember with your model, you want to always go back and check perspective from a human perspective. So bring it back down a scale and use these feet to click and drag up to move forward or left or right. Notice when I'm in a human perspective here, and if I want to use the eyes to pan around, I can. I actually have to do less modeling for my little town here that I've built. If you're in a modeler's perspective, you have a lot more room, and then there's the sort of need to add more detail. But we just don't want to do that. We just want to have what's necessary to get our point across.